Hi, I'm Lynn,
I'm Paul,
and we're
along the way.
there we go. Uh, we were just talking about some of the positives and some of the negatives of some of our outreach events.
Yeah, things that worked and things that didn't work so well. And
We've had a few.
yeah, we all do. And we've learned a few things along the way. Uh, so I think maybe we'll give you a couple of examples. Hopefully, we can give you a couple of things that did work. It was easy to come up with things that didn't.
Didn't work, yeah. But one thing was when we were in Buzzards Bay, Massachusetts, the church had this big field, and people in the church had yards that they couldn't grow gardens. So we thought, okay, well, let's make some raised beds. Everybody's responsible for their own section. Um, the idea was good.
The idea was good, and we even envisioned it perhaps growing to become something of a community garden where it could bless more than just the people in our church.
However,
However,
I didn't know how to grow anything.
and I knew how to grow even less. And like she said, it was a good idea. But
And it came, believe it or not, it came from someone else in the congregation. But even they didn't have a passion for it.
yeah, so we got into the project. We actually created the raised beds.
Yep.
We planted stuff. I think we even harvested a little bit of stuff.
And not out of our garden.
Not out of ours. Definitely no green thumbs at the time. But there were some. I think there was somebody who got some peas or beans or something like that. There was a little bit.
Somebody got some zucchini, I think.
Yeah. But it became
I don't know.
apparent that this was not going to be an ongoing ministry. It wasn't going to turn into a community garden we envisioned.
However, it could in your situation.
Right.
In that particular situation, it didn't take because people didn't take ownership. And that's the key.
Right. And that is the key. And I think as we talk about a couple of these things, the things that did or didn't work, ownership is the key. We've learned a little bit along the way in that regard. So what was another project?
Well, you mentioned the youth event that was a water park theme, but
That was going to be for a day, right?
a day.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was the youth director at the time had this grand idea, but he didn't know how to put it all together.
Right.
And he didn't ask us for advice on putting it together. And he laid out a piece of polyurethane on the ground and some dish soap and made a water slide. And that was it. And he didn't have that nailed down on how he was going to make that work.
Consequently, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
And it was a hot day, and they were all wanting to get soaking wet. And they got wet, I think, on their ankles and stuff like that. But it was just one of those that, again, a creative idea,
Yeah.
but not well thought through, not well planned out.
Well, and that's the real issue is, yes, we can host events, but are you prepared for the event? Have you done the work ahead of time to make sure those things work out?
Mm-hmm. One of the things that has developed over the years, probably in large part from things like this that didn't work out so well, you begin learning, hopefully, to start asking better questions, whether the creative idea is your own or somebody else's. You start asking the questions that help put a plan together, and help put people into the plan, and help you discover early if people even want to be part of that. Because if they don't,
Right.
there's no sense in pushing
And then
it
you
forward.
find out afterwards, oh, I would have helped with that.
Yes.
Oh, I could have helped with that. Oh,
Right.
what if we done this? So, not leaving it up to the one person who had the idea but didn't have any accountability with anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
that was a problem.
It was, and so here, from a pastoral perspective, let's say you're in a similar situation. You've got, let's say that you've got somebody handling your youth, and wants to do an outreach like this, and the idea is great, and he's on fire. What's your role as the pastor? Well, it's to ask those important questions, and you don't have to do that in a micromanagement kind of way. You're just walking this person through the plan. So you ask, oh, that sounds great. Who are you going to have to help you? Have you received commitments? When are you going to start? What's it going to take? How much is it going to cost? And you don't have to, rattle these off like a machine gun. But these are the kinds of questions that need to be answered up front before the project really gets rolling.
Yeah, so, I think maybe we might at some point put together a resource thing on our website once we get our website up and running, where there might be some forms that people can, outlines of how to do things and how to set up and ask and how many people think about this and that and the other. Just some basics.
Yeah, we'd love to make something like that available, because that becomes a tool.
Let us know.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have that much time, so to produce that kind of material, if it's not of any interest and we're producing it, that's a wasting our time. But if this is of interest to you,
then it's something we'd love to take the time to put together for you. Yeah, absolutely.
I could, like a prior video, we spoke about the VBS and organizing and setting up a VBS. I could put a schedule together and a format together of what we did. So, little things like that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, that's very much in keeping with the kinds of things that we could make available to your church if we were to come in person.
Yeah.
You might be engaged in a VBS or a missions conference and haven't had a lot of experience in putting something like that together. And one of our joys would be to help walk the church through that and leave behind a template for you doing it successfully in the future.
And to, make use of your creative people.
Yep.
And even those that aren't particularly super creative, but they have a burden and a passion.
Yep.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would be great.
Well, this is Lynn.
And this is Paul. And again, we hope this was helpful. And please do leave some comments and questions. And let's give them our email again.
For me, it's atwlynn, Lynn, @gmail.com.
And for me, it's atwpaul@gmail.com. And you can contact us via email with questions, comments.
Or you can put it in the description,
in the
comment section below.
Correct. So until next time, we are praying for you that your ministry is successful in turning around. And please pray for us as we're getting closer to
getting on the road.
And really doing this more full time.
So, we'll say goodbye.
See you along the way.